Hello everyone, my name is Brian and welcome to not Chin Chan's Mountain. It's going to be Fafnir's Wonderland. This one I've been looking forward to for a couple of days now. The patch was Monday I believe and now it is Wednesday. I've really been looking forward to playing that, but I had some other things I had to deal with first. Just straight up for school and such, so yeah, for my education, and that really has the priority at this stage. But we'll be playing Fafnir's Wonderland, and this one is actually the best one I've had. I've tried a couple of times. It's still easy, so it can be a lot more difficult. I'm not familiar with the hard mode just yet. I've only had a couple of things which I noticed the difference between the hard mode and the easy mode. But for now that's going to be the easy one. As you can see, I also have another hut. I think that is also with the Odyssey, that you can have an other hut theme. And this theme is kind of the hell hut, kind of spiky things and such. So as you can see, my portrait and all is just a lot different look. I feel like it's pretty cool. I went for the Thanatos. I know Thanatos is pretty good in this game mode, and as you can see, Chin's is actually working out very well as well. 161 per basic attack because of that Chin sass, and as you can see, the ring bounce just continues and will bounce continuously through the Kumbhakanas as well, dealing a little bit of damage. As you can see, they're not starting at full HP, but the first round was quite easy, was well, done quite quickly, and as you can see, dealing a lot of damage to them. But they are messing me for an insane amount of time. That's taking so long. Okay, a little bit about build. I wanted to get some cooldown reduction because his abilities are just straight up very good to kinda use as much as possible. I went for the brawlers to deal with the couple of Phoenix rounds there are, and it will provide me some penetration and power, which is never a bad thing. And Chin says for that high damage on god targets with a lot of HP. So that's the reason why I went for this build. It also spends almost all my gold, which is never a bad thing. For this one you definitely need to back up. Fafnir will grab the first target he can find, and he will bring them towards those ice shards to try and finish them as quickly as possible. It will do a lot of damage, almost insta-killing it, and as you can see I move back to make sure that I do not get hit by that Fafnir. But he's very low on HP, and this is where the Thanatos comes in play very well, as you can see, executing those gods. There are a couple of rounds where the gods are pretty powerful, and if you can finish them off quickly with that ultimate within that threshold, you will be able to finish the round quite quickly. With this round, the phoenixes, you need to make sure that you kill the phoenixes all at the same time. If you do them one by one, they will actually respawn with lower HP. Or when you are at the hard rounds, they will spawn at full HP and you basically lost. So you need to kill them at the same time in the hard mode, or within a very short amount of time, which we in this case did. None of them respawned, so that should be fine. Round 5 already. Lord of Leaping. No, well, who's the Lord of Leaping? It's the Odin. His leap is his main combination, and he's doing it already. As you can see, half hitting me for a lot of damage using shell. Make sure that we don't take as much damage from that one. He's quite low on HP and he is in threshold. I wait for him to jump to make sure that I can confirm it, guaranteed, and that will make sure that we execute him for that easy kill. Next up is the Aphrodite with a jungle camp. They can actually link together, so the turtle can be healed by the Aphrodite. As you can see, the link is going up. The birds actually do a good amount of damage to me. As you can see, 75 per hit. And I only survived that because of the shell, so the relic definitely a good choice. I also went for Frenzy. I don't think we have a Frenzy on the team, but Frenzy is just very useful for additional attack speed, additional damage. Straight up very powerful against the Phoenix rounds as well, but just in general very, very powerful. It's the Ferocious Hand, French Hand to be exact. And that's just one of those rounds you need to kill him as quickly as possible. Looks like he isn't fighting, but he's actually targeting one person in the back. And you can body block him very easily because he's so large. As you can see, his target is the OE. And just with the two of us, or just even with one of us, you can easily block him. You just need to make sure that you kill him as quickly as possible, so those little eggs don't hatch little French hens that try to kill you. This is also a round where Thanatos is actually pretty powerful. You need to find a gap, and if you find him, you actually need to wait a little bit for your team to be there as well. As you can see now, the entire team is here, so I immediately pop Frenzy to get as much damage done, and he's actually in an execute range. As you can see, I can barely see him through the white fog, but I can actually see him, or actually the blizzard, the snow. But if you attack him, he will start to use his teleport, which takes a little bit of time. So if you group up together and attack at the same time, you can kill him as far as possible, and we did. At that moment, we're able to do a lot of damage to him, and that made sure that he was in execute range, and I can just find him because I have vision on him because of that. Thanatos is going to be low enough, and I'll execute him for that quick clear. Execute is actually very powerful in this game mode, but because of that gap round, you're better off getting Thanatos than Ao Kuang, because Thanatos has the advantage of not only seeing his victim when he's below threshold, but also he can go into the air. In the gap round, you won't be able to use jumps or leaps or dashes or anything because you are crippled. So Ao Kuang cannot use his wand to go over walls to execute gap quickly. Making sure that I do not die to the honor, because I do want to execute him, and again, as you can see, it is very useful not dealing with the, I think it's about 30% of the last remaining HP on a god target. This round, it's probably best to go for the Phoenixes first. I'm not sure how it is actually in the hard round, but in the easy round, as you can see, the Phoenix is doing a good amount of damage to me. If you can get rid of that Phoenix as quickly as possible, then you will be... Then you'll be fine. Let's see. Quick finish on that one. And let's just execute the Sylvanas for good measure. Providing me a little bit of health, but that's fine. I also used my wand to heal up when I got targeted by the Phoenix. That allows you to survive a little bit easier. And this round is actually a pretty easy one. I'm not sure again about it in hard. But in easy they will just go into the ultimate when they're low on HP. So you will be able to burst them down even before they do so. So I feel like this is one of the more one of the easier rounds, to be honest. And execute. Got to finish with it. I mean, come on, man. Also, with that, he won't be able to go in his ultimate. Ooh, this one is a fun one. A big portion of the map is covered in the 3 of Skadi. She will deal a lot of damage if you get hit. But, yeah. You will bounce all around, so as you can see. I won't be able to do a lot of damage. I do need to get close to deal the damage. And that's a little bit difficult. But again, I can execute, so if she's in threshold, I can just all up, all down, and that will be enough. Gods with abilities that root them in place are very good against this. Skadi, for instance, the Anubis uses one who will put him in place. Same for Emira's ultimate. Stuff like that will be useful, but also just ranged is also quite useful. Make sure that we are all shelved, don't take as much damage at all, and go into the air. Execute the Nuwa, get rid of that one, because invisibility is quite annoying. That AoE all did a decent amount of damage. But we did have the meditation, I think, on the Emir. Maybe even on more, I'm not sure. But yeah. This one you need to be a little bit careful for. There's a spinning kind of blade, so to speak. As you can see, spinning around, dealing a lot of damage, almost one-shotting the Neath. Definitely not something you want to stand in. You need to keep moving around in a circle. It's always clockwise, but you need to move at the pace that you won't get hit by it. Just to make sure that you, well, survive. There's one upside and one downside. Let's make sure that she doesn't use immune and execute that one. So, there is an upside by staying close. That way you can easily attack and move around in a circle. But if you are far away, you won't be hit by 3. So, yeah, it's something you need to be a little bit aware of. If you want to attack from range so you don't get hit by the damage, then you do need to make sure that you don't get killed by that one. Let's go into the ultimate. Ooh, that blade did a lot of damage. Oh, that's unfortunate. I got killed by the birds mid-air. If I didn't get killed by the birds and my team was able to get the Aphrodite low enough, then I would have been able to execute her. And we probably would have done it. Bit unfortunate. I'm not sure what we could have done different in this scenario. Maybe keep the CC for the last remaining HP instead of her first, because you can just shell her initial damage and afterwards see her to make sure that she doesn't deal enough much damage. But as you can see, a lot of damage on the Thanatos as well because of that execute. Of course, Aphrodite does have her ultimate in this hard round. As you pass level 15 or around 15, you will pass onto the harder. Every single stage becomes harder, as well as gets an additional feature. In case of the Aphrodite, it is the use of ult. In case of the Phoenixes, the 4 Phoenixes, they will actually respawn with full HP instead of just less HP. And there are I think Odin also uses his ultimate at that moment. So there are a couple of ways that the rounds will be more difficult as you have passed the easy rounds. And when you have passed the easy rounds, when you get past round 15, you will be able to immediately go into hard. So you will skip those initial 15 rounds, so you will get more points towards those rewards. I think it was a icon for the ferocious hen, so that the French hen round, as well as I think an emote chest, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it was actually a cutesy icon. I'm not 100% sure, but that's the final reward you will get from the Fafnir Wonderland. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this short video. The first look at the Fafnir's Wonderland. Got pretty decent far. It wasn't the first time I tried it. I tried a couple of times, some of which we died at the first round. But if you solo queue, it's always a risk. If you are with people that are just not as experienced in the game, or just big gods that aren't as effective in this game mode, then it will be a lot more difficult. But in this case, we were good enough to finish all the easy rounds, and I'll just try to grab a group for those hard rounds to see how far we can get with those. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any requests, please let me know down in the comments. And as always, good luck, have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one.